Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit today more about standings, stats, trades, all that sort of stuff. So, again, starting off with the standings, our division, the AFC East, Jets, Patriots, Bills, Dolphins. Well, Dolphins are, yeah, 0-5. So we're 5-1. We did not sim the week yet for the last game. I think that was against the Colts, so that's why we have that one extra game more than anybody else. But the Ravens 5-0, Bengals 3-2, Browns, Steelers. I can't believe Steelers. Texans. It looks like every division has a fucking undefeated guy. So Colts, Jags, Titans. Wow, good matchup there. That was our division. Chiefs again, another 5-0 team. My God. 0-5 again. There's another 0-5 team, the Broncos, who we actually played. Another 5-0 team. This is the Green Bay Packers this time. And the team we lost to, the Detroit Lions, 2-3. Gosh, another 0-5 team. Another 5-0 team. Oh my goodness. Cowboys. Yep. Cardinals. Niners, really? Niners? What's going on? And then the NFL. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five 5-0 teams still. Five undefeated teams. That is crazy. Next, we're moving on to, we'll put team stats in. So to start it off, we'll start off with Sam Darnold. He's over 1,000 yards now. He's got 7 touchdowns, but he's thrown 6 interceptions. Yeah, a little off there with his arm on some of these throws. But Ty Montgomery, I think he's actually taken over this team, and I want to start him over Le'Veon Bell, even when Le'Veon Bell is back to being healthy, fully healthy. But we're even thinking of trading away Le'Veon Bell, but that will be for later. But he's got 406 yards, 4 touchdowns, as long as it's a 53-yarder. Unbelievable. And he's got a kick return touchdown. Sam Darnold's even got 187 yards, 2 touchdowns. Le'Veon Bell, he's got more than Le'Veon Bell. Receiving, I believe Robbie Anderson leads us in receiving yards. Yeah, and then you got Christopher, Quincy, Jameson, and then your Ty Montgomery guy, who has been great. And I also was thinking about starting Trevon Wesco, but you know what? These stats are really dangerous from Christopher here. Touchdown-wise, though, Montgomery and Anderson, two guys who I thought would be a big thing for this team, definitely. Montgomery's having a lot bigger role than I thought, though, so Le'Veon Bell's up there. You got Daniel Brown, who even has a touchdown. Quincy Newman does not. Jameson does not. Westco does not. Dante Thompson has a kick return touchdown, and Trenton Cannon rarely played. Defensively, we've been a monster when it comes to interceptions. C.J. Mosley, possibly up for the Defensive Player of the Year award. This man is being big. But two others who are being incredible is this Brandon Bryant and Marcus May. Interception, I don't know, phenomenons here. These guys have been going off. 5 interceptions from May, 4 from Bryant. And Bryant's filling in for Jamal Adams, who's hurt, and kind of the only reason I really started and wanted to play as the Jets. But we got our new player here, Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, crazy. We will look at more of the trade stuff in a second. But both of our returners, Ty and Dante, have touchdowns. Yet to bring one to the house on punt, though. So, alright, so now what's going to be the trades. So we'll discuss all the trades that happened, including the new Le'Veon Bell trade. So first of all, we'll start off with the Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett gets traded for Jordan Jenkins and a 2019 first and second round pick. So big trades, yes, we lose a lot, but we also gain a sure player, Myles Garrett. The second trade, Le'Veon Bell and Henry Anderson. Sorry, I had to read that. And Henry Anderson both get traded for K1 Short and a 2020 round 5 draft pick. So we now get a phenomenal defensive tackle and a end to add to this wonderful defense already. So there's going to be a lot of pressure.
It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the Minnesota Vikings, led by their new quarterback Kirk Cousins, as they get set to take on Sam Darnold and the New York Jets. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come into this one 0-6 on the year, and really it's sort of just been one thing after another.
Coupled with they don't start very fast. The first quarter's really been an issue for them. They've got to learn to get out of the gates quicker in order to try and win some games.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And it's a welcome back to health for last year's #1 pick. This is Dalvin Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Here's Cousins. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And DP goes into Jets territory before being taken down. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one. 61 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 2nd down, Cook. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. As we take a peek at Sam Darnold, the former USC Trojan and 3rd pick in the 2018 draft.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On first down, it's Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Darnold now to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's Darnold. And this is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd and short.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Darnold. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Linval Joseph. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
And Catanzero's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
12 more yards there and another first down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make some.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run it down out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league in converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. On the ground, it's Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Throwing, Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy. And can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. He's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Set to return now. Here's Deontay Thompson. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window. And they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Darnold. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Here's Darnold. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing.
The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. Herndon's got it complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down. Montgomery, they'll run for him. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. On first and 10, Darnold. Flush to his right. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on second down is Darnold. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Darnold from the red zone now. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's Darnold now on second down. Dancing to his left. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. On third down, they go Montgomery. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on fourth down? Now it's Darnold being chased out left. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start right here in the Sunshine State as we head to South Florida to check on Detroit and Miami. And it's the Dolphins who are out in front in the second quarter. Alex Collins has a touchdown run. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Andy Dalton has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Julian Edelman up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. In our game, there's a reason why he was so sought after in the offseason. It's Kirk Cousins with a strong first half. His guys have the lead as we head back up to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Godden. Brandon.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards on the play. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. A give. This is Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro, and it makes the score 21-10. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Cousins. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Going for the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. The first run for the backup, Abdullah. Down right around the 25. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Cousins, incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Ty Montgomery with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the Jets are able to make this a close game again. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now. 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said. It's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Terrell Basham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually use their aggressive.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Everson Griffin getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And this is the 10th carry for Ty Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Let's take it at around the 40. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover.
Hey, we're good, we're good.
2nd down, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use
rush coming, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams in there to bury him for a loss of 11. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Over the juke. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now out come the Jets. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Linval Joseph in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Forced out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
4th down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They run, Cook. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will score. Touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. New York set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Second down and 10. Darnold steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it's third down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They run it again with Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Jets are going to burn another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. A give. This is Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. New York set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So
he's got a man, complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. And that one results in 35 yards. Darnold on first down. And they're going to get... He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Jaleel Johnson in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. On second down, Darnold. The And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down.
Foul, face mask, defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Now Darnold. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Minnesota, it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.